Take on our next story. You know, the assault on terror and its sponsors is a long and sustained one. The Department of State Security Services, DSS, has confirmed the arrest of major terror kingpins, including Abubakar Abba, Mahmoud Mohammed Usman, and Mahmoud al-Nigeri. I hope I got that right. And al-Banawi, the alleged mastermind of the 2011 bombing of the UN complex at Abuja, is also in the net, and their prosecution is ongoing. Again, more than 100 of some of the country's most dangerous suspects are facing the law. What the conviction of more than 100 terrorists, from breaking Ansaru cells to tracking the masterminds of mass killings in Benue and Ondo states. The DSS says these efforts are gradually reshaping Nigeria's internal security landscape. Let's share this story by Siphon Essien with you. Let's go there.
The last 2 years may go down as one of the most assertive periods for the Department of State Services in counter-terrorism operations. The service says it has not only expanded its intelligence footprint, but also strengthened its collaboration with military, police, and judicial institutions, the combination it credits for recent breakthroughs. At the center of these achievements are more than 125 convicted terrorists, individuals linked to deadly attacks, financing networks, and extremist organizations. The DSS says the convictions reflect improvements in intelligence gathering, evidence preservation, and courtroom coordination that were previously weak links in Nigeria's security system. Among the notable cases included this year is the terrorism conviction of Nnamdi Kanu, the proscribed IPOB leader, whom a federal high court found guilty of broadcasts that incited violent attacks in parts of the southeast. The service describes the conviction as a sign of what it calls a strengthened evidence chain. But while convictions offer closure, several major terrorism cases remain in court. One of them is the prosecution of suspects behind the June 2025 Ilwata massacre in Benue State, an attack that left dozens dead in coordinated assaults that stretched through the night. DSS investigators say the suspects were tracked across 3 states with intercepted phone conversations, ballistic analysis, and eyewitness accounts forming the core of the evidence now before the court. Another ongoing case involves 5 suspects accused of carrying out the June 2022 St. Francis Catholic Church attack in Owo, Ondo State, one of Nigeria's deadliest church massacres. More than 40 worshippers died in the attack. Security officials say the accused belonged to an ISWAP-supported cell behind coordinated assault in parts of the southwest, making the Owo trial a critical window into extremist expansion outside the northeast. More than a decade after the 2011 bombing of the United Nations building in Abuja, the alleged mastermind Khalid al-Banawi is still standing trial. The DSS says delays in the case reflect the technical and international dimensions of prosecuting a transnational terrorist with multiple co-defendants and foreign intelligence links. Officials maintain that evidence continues to be presented and insist the case will run its full course. In another matter, the Federal High Court in Abuja adjourned the trial of Mahmoud Mohammed Usman and Abubakar Abba, arrested in what officials describe as a high-risk DSS operation. The court, which had initially scheduled proceedings for November 19, has fixed January 15, 2026 as a new commencement date.
Over the years, Ansaru entrenched itself in both urban sleeper cells and forest enclaves across several cities in northern Nigeria, and in forest-based enclaves, particularly around Kainji.
And then there is the case of the recently arrested Ansaru commanders whom the DSS says were pulled out of deep forest terror camps after weeks of covert surveillance and joint tactical operations. According to investigators, the group ran an illegal mining network that funneled proceeds to extremist operations. The suspects now face a 32-count terrorism charge, one the prosecution describes as a major breakthrough against insurgents' financing. As the trials continue across different courts, the DSS says terrorism cases are becoming more complex, more technical, and more intertwined with organized crime. But with new convictions, major arrests, and stronger coordination with prosecutors, the service insists that Nigeria is entering a new phase in the long battle against extremism, one where intelligence, law, and accountability must work hand in hand.
We continue to confront evolving and complex security challenges, from terrorism and violent extremism to transnational organized crimes and instability driven by governance and socio-economic pressures. In our West African and Sahelian sub-region, these threats have become more interconnected, demanding innovative, coordinated, and sustainable responses. Nigeria recognizes that no country can overcome these challenges in isolation. Accordingly, we continue to champion regional cooperation, intelligence sharing, and capacity building as pillars of our collective security.
For the families of the victims and communities still affected by violent attacks, the hope is that these courtroom victories translate into a safer, more stable Nigeria. Sifon Asian, TVC News, Abuja.
Thank you, Sifon. BK, we come right away to you. You know, Sifon's report has exposed the many angles to this trial. But my fear, BKO, is if you lump these suspects in one facility, that facility is waiting to explode, if you understand me.
Well, we have to secure our facilities, our custodial centers.
Yeah.
They should not be places easy for terrorists to overrun and then secure the release of very dangerous detainees.
Yeah.
As it happened in Kuje, you can see what happened in Kuje was a case of the DSS providing actionable intelligence that we refused to move on. We knew that this thing could happen. The DSS warned that the terror cells of Boko Haram or ISWAP were planning to launch an attack on Kuje to free their men.
Yeah.
They are dangerous bomb makers, dangerous terrorists who have been kept there. But we didn't take action. One thing I'm happy about is that under the leadership of the present DG of the DSS, we are seeing the DSS not just arresting top-ranking terrorists, but putting them on trial with a view to securing their conviction. People will never learn a lesson until they are made to pay for their unwholesome behavior. And I'm happy that individuals who launched that attack on the church in Owo, they are already being brought to justice. Individuals who launched the attack on the Deeper Life Church in Okene, they are already being brought to justice. Individuals behind the killing of people in Yelwata, in Benue State, they are being brought to justice. It is this leadership of the DSS that has actually ramped up the arrests of highly prized terrorists and at the same time making sure that they are taken to court. So ultimately, look at even the attack on the UN building. Okay. They finally got the key suspect in that attack. Okay. So we shouldn't give them any room for rest. If you can commit the crime, then you should be ready to do the time. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, yeah.
And if it is death penalty that comes your way, fine.
So be it.
People must pay for their crimes against our country. That is the only way that we can.
Oh dear, not again, not again. Asuko, let's follow the line of BKO's argument, you know.
Yes, exactly.
If you do the crime,
yes,
be ready to do the time.
Do the time. Not just on ordinary cells,
but again,
in major cells, maximum.
In the light of what President Trump did in reaction to what's happening here, the American leader well, he knows that the attack on terror is a long and sustained one.
Yeah,
and that my country is trying its best.
Yes, exactly. If you look at how the DSS have been going about his his business for the past, since this new man the DG took over. He's not the one that will come on open a press conference and say, okay, I want to tell you this or that. He has been going on doing his things systematically. The right way should be done, which is get these people, get them, arraign them, and make sure that they are convicted. So far we have about 125 convictions of terrorists.
Yeah.
And these terrorists are as far back as since 2021. Just like we said, the last week, 2 days ago, the one that attacked the Deeper Life Church in Okene, was arraigned. So it's taking time, and the thing
we
about
are working.
Yes, the thing about convicting these terrorists, is not just picking them and then, because they also have links to international financiers.
Yeah.
So you must also go ahead to begin to talk to those people, let them, our partners outside, for them to be able to, help you out in your conviction. So it's not just about in prosecuting this in your prosecution. So it's not just about arresting them, arraigning them, but also having a cast iron, evidence against them, because these are people who have links everywhere. I know there was a time that the US and the UAE actually listed terror sponsors.
Yeah.
And some of them are serving jail time in UAE. And after that, they will be deported. And I hope by the time they will be deported, they should also face the same thing in Nigeria.
Obviously.
So that everybody who wants to go into this crime should know that it's not just going to be business as usual.
Because if you get the suspects, their sponsors must also go after them.
In fact, what most Nigerians are now telling the president is for him to begin to look for the sponsors of these criminals.
Nail them.
Whoever they are, whether they are politicians, they are his friends, they are his enemies, whoever they are, party members, non-party members, whatever they are, in whatever coloration, whoever the sponsors are, they should be arrested and they should be named.
Asuko, our man is back. BKO, we can go back to him. BKO, again, we can have you now. The glitches must wait. Are you there?
Yes, and I'm saying that we have to send a direct message to the enemies of the Nigerian state, the non-state actors who are inflicting pain on our people, that we will not leave them alone. We will keep gunning for them. We never thought that they could get hold of him. And you can see that the Americans were happy. They even congratulated the DSS for that feat, because that is a terrorist with international connection. And to have picked him up in the way that they did suggested that they did extensive.
Not again. Not again. Not again.
Yeah, let me pick it up from where he stopped.
Yeah.
Yes, if the Ansar commanders, the Ansar commanders.
No, just a minute. The Americans applauded our men.
Yes.
Suggest to them that we're doing something.
Yes, exactly. The Ansar commanders. That was what happened.
We might as well have him. BKO, again, we won't stop apologizing for this. This stop and start. Yeah, okay.
Yes, it is what it is. It is what it is. We just need to encourage the DSS to continue its work, to continue to go for these highly placed terrorists, because when they are arrested, it has a way of demoralizing their juniors,
yes.
And it sends a clear message to them. Yes, so they have to keep working hard at it.
Okay, but you know, the everyday Nigerian BKO will not be just content with hearing the news, so and so and so has been arrested. That we are putting them on trial and convicting them is a news that will send the message home.
Yes, it also sends a clear message to the international community, although we'll be talking about that in the jiffy. They think that we are not doing enough. They even think we are not doing anything. The Nigerians who have been talking to them have been brainwashing them and telling them that no effort is being made. But these convictions, these arrests of critical terrorists, in my view, sends the clear message that it is not true, that Nigeria is not trying to get hold of these people. We are doing our best, we are getting hold of them, and we are putting them on trial, and they are being convicted. So rather than believe the narrative that, oh, we are doing nothing, the government is even complicit, I think every effort that we make, every success we make along that line of arresting these people sends a clear signal to our partners that we are doing our best, and that we will continue to do our best to arrest, to apprehend the enemies of the Nigerian state.
You know, after all, it took the great United States of America 10 long years to nail Osama bin Laden. So it tells you the Americans already know that dealing with terrorists is not a child's play.
No, we just hope that they know that, because it's not easy.
And not just knowing, appreciating what they know.
Because look at even the Boko Haram. Boko Haram is an offshoot of the Al-Qaeda network. Okay, so if you look at how it has metamorphosized into what it is today, you will know that it is not something that you say it comes today and then you go. No, so they will keep coming because it's ideological. They will keep having cells upon cells, and then we have to deal with them as often as they come. But the only way that they should also appreciate us is that we are making convictions. We are putting these people on trial, and they should see it from that angle. That Nigeria is not just sitting down and folding exams, but we are also dealing with these guys and also trying to look for whoever is sponsoring them, even across. And from that across, that is where we need their support.
Okay. Let the debate continue in your part of town, but let's take on the next story.